members of cabinet, members of parliament, former president, members of the diplomatic community, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we are in the process of ushering Holi, I must take some time tonight to recognize the colorless color of womanhood and celebrate all the great and inspirational women, every woman in our society and in our world who continue to contribute to everything good in our society. As we celebrate Holi once again, the message of Holi is constant. The teachings and the philosophy behind Holi is constant. That is never changing. The only thing that changes over time is the world in which we live. But if we allow the world in which we live to change the constant message behind significant and important occasion like Holi, then we'll be changing the whole nature of what Holi signifies. Therefore, in the constantness of the message of Holi, we need to take the philosophy, the teachings, and the principles and apply it to our lives and apply it to the changing world environment in which we live. And hopefully, if we stay true to the constant principles and guidelines, then we will be able to use the values, the morals, and the teachings of Holi to shape a world that is different, to work in a world that is continuously changing, but to present ourselves with values that will not change in the changing world. Values that seek to uplift each other. Values that seek to strengthen us as a human family. Values that seek to bind us together, not only in unity, but bind us together in prosperity. Binding each other together in prosperity requires each and every one of us to give a bit more, to ensure that those around us are partaking and enjoying the same level of happiness or some sort of happiness that we are deriving from the significance of any occasion. This Holi, I want us to do it a bit different as a country, because Holi is about the coming together of families and communities. It is about prosperity. It is about freshness, goodness, mercy. And I want us, before we engage on Tuesday in any activity, before we go to the mandirs, before we go on the streets to play Holi, to spend a few moments and to look around our communities, to look around within our families, to look among our friends, and to see who among those requires some assistance, some help, something from you to allow them to enjoy Holi on Tuesday also. And before we do anything else, let us reach out to them, let us give, and let us ensure that their Holi is as colorful and beautiful as those who have a colorful and beautiful Holi. It is these very small acts, it is these very small things that will change us, not as individuals, but will change us as a community and as a country, that will allow us to see life in a different perspective, that will allow us to see joy in a different perspective. If we only see joy in the immediacy of our families or in the walls of our families, then we will not see what the comprehensiveness of joy can be for a country and a community. We have set ourselves, and I personally have set myself, a new mission in life. And that mission really is to give as much as I can give for the government. I have The entire cabinet I've asked to give as much as they can give. Every parliamentarian in this country. And you do not need to give physically or financially. Give a bit more smile. Give a bit more tolerance. Give a bit more openness. And if we do this, I'm convinced that Holies would continue to inspire us. Occasions like these would continue to inspire us on the values and traditions that we have as a people and as a country. Values and traditions that are unshakable. Values and traditions that are different. Values and traditions that are unique to us because of who we are as a country. 6 different cultures, 6 different people. We have the greatness of a mix of values and traditions that is second to none. We have one of the most beautiful landscape, one of the most beautiful country, one of the most beautiful unification of colors and culture. And tonight, as we usher in Holi, let us do so in a renewed spirit of humanity, in a renewed spirit in service to each other, and a renewed spirit in uplifting each other, in being a positive change, and in contributing positively to the development of our country. We are committed to this cause and we are committed to this process. Every single partner we can find, every single friend of mine, regardless of where they are not politically aligned. They're mentally and spiritually aligned and psychologically aligned to a common vision. To a common vision of seeing this country prosper. So as we play with the colors and the colors merge together, let that merging of colors not only be something that is physically beautiful on the day of Holi, but let it be a physical demonstration of how colorless we are in a very colorful world. If we can understand how colorless we are in a colorful world, we'll find greater meaning to life, greater beauty to life. Every ounce of energy we spend on negative things, on tearing each other down or pulling each other down, is an ounce of energy we could have spent on something positive. Let us sacrifice only for the good of our country. Let us sacrifice only for the good of humanity. A stronger Guyana is a stronger CARICOM. A stronger CARICOM is a stronger Western Hemisphere. A stronger Western Hemisphere is a stronger world. And all of us here, the diplomats, all of us, what are we all working so hard for? A stronger world. If we want a stronger world, then we must find ways of coming together and not ways of dividing. We must find ways of bridging the waterways and not ways of blocking the waterways. We must find ways in which the trees will blossom and the fruits will grow, and not ways in which we knock the blossom out of the trees. That is not a function of a textbook. That is not a function of an economic model or a social model. That is a function of the brain. That is a function of the human. That is a function of our own individual ability to think right and do right and act right. And if we do it individually, then collectively we will inherit the goodness of good thought. So on this Holi, I wish every Guyanese, every member of the family of humanity, a Holi that is truly different. One in which our lives will positively reflect the goodness we want for all of humanity. The growth of our families will mean the growth of our community. And the growth of our community will mean the growth of our country. I pray that God bless all of you, your families, all of Guyana, and all of humanity. And lead us into a way and into a path that allow us to erase and remove every ounce of negative energy or every ounce of thinking that does not contribute to the positive upliftment of the family of humanity. I thank you and God bless you.